The 20th century witnessed two devastating global conflicts, World War I and World War II. These wars left an indelible mark on human history, shaping the geopolitical landscape. Understanding these wars is crucial to comprehending the complexities of the modern world. The lessons learned serve as stark reminders of the fragility of peace. The seeds of World War I were sown in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Europe was a powder keg of nationalism, imperialism, and military build-up. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary on June 28, 1914, by a Serbian nationalist ignited the tinderbox. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia's partial acceptance was deemed insufficient, leading Austria-Hungary to declare war on July 28, 1914. A complex web of alliances then drew other nations into the conflict. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia and France. Great Britain, bound to defend Belgium's neutrality, declared war on Germany when German troops invaded Belgium on their way to France. The world watched in disbelief as Europe descended into a war that would claim millions of lives and forever alter the course of history. What began as a localized conflict quickly escalated into a global conflagration, pitting the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria, against the Allied powers, Great Britain, France, Russia, Italy, Japan, and eventually the United States. World War I introduced a new kind of warfare characterized by trench warfare and the use of devastating new technologies. On the Western Front, a complex network of trenches stretched for hundreds of miles, from the English Channel to Switzerland. Soldiers on both sides endured horrific conditions in the trenches, facing constant artillery bombardment, machine gun fire, and the threat of poison gas. Advances in technology, such as machine guns, tanks, and airplanes, transformed warfare, making it more lethal and impersonal. One of the most horrific battles of the war was the Battle of the Somme, which raged from July to November 1916. On the first day of the battle alone, the British Army suffered over 57,000 casualties, making it the bloodiest day in British military history. The war dragged on for 4 long years, with neither side able to achieve a decisive victory. Millions of soldiers and civilians perished, not only from combat but also from disease, starvation, and the psychological trauma of war. After 4 years of devastating warfare, World War I finally came to an end on November 11, 1918, with the signing of the Armistice of Compiègne. The war had claimed the lives of an estimated 15 to 22 million people and left millions more physically and emotionally scarred. In 1919, the victorious Allied powers met in Paris to negotiate the terms of the peace treaty. The Treaty of Versailles, signed on June 28, 1919, officially ended the war but sowed the seeds of future conflict. The treaty blamed Germany for the war and imposed harsh punishments, including territorial losses, disarmament, and crippling reparations payments. Germany was stripped of its colonies, its military was severely restricted, and it was forced to accept responsibility for the war and pay for the damages. The treaty also led to the creation of the League of Nations, an international organization aimed at preventing future wars. However, the League was weakened from the outset by the absence of the United States, which refused to join. Section 5. Rise of the Nazi Party. In the aftermath of World War I, Germany faced political and economic turmoil. The harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles left the German people feeling humiliated and resentful. The German economy, burdened by war debts and reparations payments, spiraled into hyperinflation. This period of instability provided fertile ground for extremist movements, such as the Nazi Party, to take root. The Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, exploited the widespread discontent and economic hardship to gain popular support. Hitler, a charismatic and ruthless demagogue, offered simple solutions to complex problems, blaming Germany's woes on Jews, communists, and the Treaty of Versailles. The Nazis promised to restore Germany to its former glory by overturning the treaty, rebuilding the military, and creating a new German empire. Their message resonated with many Germans who were desperate for a way out of the crisis. Section 6. A Dark Shadow Falls, the road to World War II. As the 1930s progressed, Europe once again stood on the brink of war. Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime in Germany, driven by aggressive expansionism and a toxic ideology of racial superiority, posed a growing threat to international peace. Hitler, emboldened by the inaction of other European powers, defied the Treaty of Versailles by rebuilding Germany's military. He remilitarized the Rhineland in 1936, annexed Austria in 1938, and invaded Czechoslovakia in 1939. Despite the appeasement policies of Great Britain and France, who hoped to avoid another war, Hitler's ambitions knew no bounds. On the 1st of September 1939, Germany invaded Poland, triggering World War II. The invasion of Poland shattered the fragile peace that had prevailed for 2 decades. Great Britain and France, honoring their commitments to Poland, declared war on Germany on the 3rd of September 1939. World War II had begun. Section 7, From Blitzkrieg to D-Day, Key Moments of World War II. World War II was a global conflict that raged across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. The war witnessed some of the most pivotal battles and events in human history, from the German Blitzkrieg across Europe to the D-Day landings in Normandy. Germany's early successes in the war were due in part to its innovative Blitzkrieg tactics, which involved rapid, coordinated attacks using tanks, airplanes, and infantry. The Battle of Britain, fought in the skies over England in 1940, marked a turning point in the war as the Royal Air Force successfully defended Britain from German invasion. The tide of the war began to turn against Germany with the Soviet Union's entry into the war in 1941 and the United States entry in 1942. The D-Day landings on June 6, 1944, marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany as Allied forces liberated France and pushed into Germany. Section 8, The Atomic Bomb, a new era of warfare. World War II witnessed the horrors of industrialized warfare on an unprecedented scale. The Holocaust, the systematic genocide of Jews and other minority groups by Nazi Germany, remains a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity. The war also saw the development and use of the atomic bomb, ushering in a new era of warfare. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, leading to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had a profound impact on the world, not only ending the war but also ushering in the nuclear age and the threat of nuclear annihilation. The use of these devastating weapons sparked a global debate about the ethics of nuclear warfare and the need for international cooperation to prevent future use. Section 9. Shaping the Modern World, the Legacy of World War II. World War II had a profound and lasting impact on the world. It led to the decline of European colonialism, the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers, and the beginning of the Cold War. The war also resulted in the formation of the United Nations, a successor to the League of Nations with the goal of maintaining international peace and security. The UN has played a critical role in addressing global issues such as poverty, disease, and conflict. The horrors of World War II, particularly the Holocaust, also led to a renewed emphasis on human rights and the development of international laws against genocide and crimes against humanity. The war's technological advancements, particularly in aviation, medicine, and computing, had a profound impact on post-war society, leading to advancements in transportation, healthcare, and communication. Section 10, Lest We Forget, the enduring importance of remembrance. World War I and World War II were two of the most devastating conflicts in human history. They serve as stark reminders of the human cost of war and the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and understanding. As we move further away from these events, it is more important than ever to remember the sacrifices made by those who fought and died in these wars. We must learn from the mistakes of the past and work to build a more peaceful and just world for future generations. The words, "lest we forget," are often inscribed on war memorials and monuments, serving as a poignant reminder of our collective responsibility to honor the fallen and strive for peace. By remembering the past, learning from its lessons, and working towards a better future, we can honor the sacrifices made and strive to create a world where such horrors are never repeated.